Hi guys, welcome to HR Fundas and I am Disha. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the health and safety of your employees during the pandemic. So I'm making this video just to highlight what looks like the best thing to do for all of us as HRs or as the management. What actions should you take when the employee is on leave or when the employee is unable to come or during this extended work from home duration which has lasted almost a year and still there is no end to it. So in this video we are going to discuss about these situations. At this point of time, rather than just being the HR or the management, we have to be more humane towards our employees. The situation outside is extremely depressing with so many people dying and so many people getting ill, getting out in and out of the hospitals on a daily basis. So it's very, very important that we take care of the emotional well-being of our employees as well and not just stick to the what the policy says. uh, you should not put your people's lives in jeopardy, and hence I thought that I will share with you what I am doing as an employer and what is the possible options that you can look at during these times. I am not a lawyer, I'm not a doctor. These are just my thoughts and my opinions, what looks the best thing to me. However, before deciding what needs to be done, please consult with your local labor lawyers or maybe the doctors, or please follow the regional guidelines that have been issued by your governments or the states. So, the first question is, should companies let other people know who has been affected? Now, a lot of organizations and a lot of people are talking about breaching the employees' privacy. However, I think in these testing times, nobody will really be offended or should feel offended if others get to know that he has been tested COVID positive. On the contrary, I think that the companies or the managers should just inform everybody that the person has been affected and or infected, and whosoever got in touch with this employee should immediately take the corrective measures. Maybe go to the doctor, get themselves tested, or maybe self quarantine themselves. So whatever is the best possible thing as per the symptoms, they should be on the lookout. And hence I think it's important that rather than being discreet about it, the company should let others know that so and so person has been tested positive, and whosoever got in touch with the employee should take the required corrective actions. Then the next question is, what about the leave during the quarantine period? So now, let's say the employee has been, now the companies are considerate and they have been, giving the employees the day off or the duration off during their quarantine period. However, in such cases, see, sometimes the symptoms are very mild, sometimes the people are asymptomatic, sometimes the symptoms are severe. Now in these times, everybody knows that in case they are away from the office or from the work for a very long time, it can really result in their job loss, and hence nobody would really be making or taking advantage of the fact that he cannot work because of so and so reasons. If you want to cross check with this, you can ask him to visit the doctor, get a medical report which says he's not fine, or is he able to work, not work, or whatever. You can get that done. However, you should not really force the employee to necessarily work. At least give him some time to recover, and then as soon as possible he will resume work, because all the employees are aware that the companies are doing their best to ensure that their jobs are safe, and I am sure no employee will be taking this kind of a situation for granted. Now the also the virus is mutating every few days, and there are so many strains coming from so many different countries. You don't know which strain has affected this employee and how good or bad the situation is. So it's better to leave the employee to judge the situation. However, you should build a rapport with the employee that as soon as he is fit to work, he will resume work. Now, what about the employees who have kids? Now, in between or in some states, the offices have opened and the employees are going to work now. But the problem is with the people who have small children or the children who need to be taken care of. Now earlier we had the daycares where they could easily leave the children. However, now daycares are shut and there is really no option for these kids to go anywhere. So unless and until you have as help at home who can be your extended family, or you really get a professional help, there is no way that the children can be left to them for themselves, because they need to be fed or they need to be taken care of. So in that case you can let these employees work from home. In I think in today's time everything can be done from home. There is really no need for somebody to step outside. So whatever is the possible solution, you should look at that. And also, because now in the second wave it said that the children are at a greater risk of contracting the virus. So what if the parent goes to work and then he brings home the virus, and then the children are also affected? So it can be a very messy situation to land into. So I think for the parents who have small kids, you should let them work. Maybe you can call them to office once in a while whenever it's very it's needed. Otherwise you should let them work from home. Now, how to accommodate employees? So it's been more than a year now that the companies have not been able to perform at their best. This is a growing concern for a lot of sectors like hotels and restaurants and the schools. So a lot of sectors have been totally disrupted. It's extremely difficult for the companies to retain as many employees as they would have if they were fully operational. So in this case, you have to be a best judge of how you can accommodate employees. Obviously the operation staff will suffer. There is no other way that their jobs can be retained. Only when the industries or the companies start performing will they be able to give the best salaries and retain all the employees. However, for the official jobs, there are people who can work from home. So in that case, if for example a mother who is not able to devote the full time, because mostly it's the mother's job to get the house in order, to take care of the children. So in that case the mother is totally, or maybe both the parents are totally burdened with a lot of housework, taking care of the children, their online classes and all that. So in that case, rather than letting go of the employee, what you can do is you can give them a role which is less demanding. Of course, you will have to take the buy-in of the employee as well, because it should not look like the employee has, the employer has taken due misadvantage of the situation, and the company is trying to get rid of the employee. So take a buy-in from the employee, let him know or let her know that this is the best way in which I can retain your services. And once the situation normalizes, or once you think you are able to handle the role that you are currently in, then we can shift you back to this role. Now, what about the older employees? So, by that I mean people who have attained an age of 50 years or more. So, again, they are at a greater risk, and hence, if they are called to the office every day or frequently, there is a good chance that they might contract the virus. So, in that case, again, the companies should be lenient enough to let them work from home. All the companies have the KRAs, or just let them know what is expected, and if they are able to do that or manage everything from home, please let them work from home itself. If you let go of such employees on the basis of their age, this will be termed as discrimination, and it will wrongly impact your other employees as well as your brand image. Now, what about the office hygiene and sanitization? So, as per the protocols given by the government from time to time, all these protocols have to be followed, mandatorily followed. Please encourage all your employees to maintain social distancing even when they are in the office. Do a proper sanitization every few hours, and encourage your employees to do online meetings only, even if they are in office, because it does not really cost much, and then they can stay healthy while being extremely productive. Now, the next question is, should employer force employees to work from office? So, since the pandemic started last year, a lot of companies had given work from home to their employees till June 2021. Now, with the second wave coming, and we are also expecting the third wave and the fourth wave, a lot of companies have extended their work from home till at least the end of this year, or maybe the beginning of next year, so that the employees can continue to work from home and they are not at a greater risk of contracting the virus while they come to work. So these are some of the few points that I wanted to discuss with you. This is what I am also following. I am not asking my employees to come to work. If as long as possible, as much as possible, we are working from home, we connect as and when required. So I think that is the best thing to do in today's time. Do let me know what are the other queries do you have in mind, and do let me know what are the other challenges you're facing, and do you have any solutions for that. So I hope you will find this video useful. Do share it with your friends or other colleagues. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.